I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update from Monday, November the 3rd, 2014. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he was doing his best to calm the unrest in Jerusalem, while Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas was doing the opposite. Netanyahu said at a Likud faction meeting today, "I am acting in every way to calm the atmosphere around the Temple Mount, but Abbas is adding fuel to the fire," referring there to a letter Abbas wrote to the family of would-be assassin Mu'taz Hijazi, the Palestinian man who shot and seriously wounded Temple Mount activist Rabbi Yehuda Glick Wednesday night. Hijazi was shot and killed by Israel police after he opened fire on them when they came to arrest him the following morning. As you may have seen on IBA News, Abbas sent a letter of condolences to Hijazi's family, describing their son as a martyr defending the rights of the Palestinian people and their holy places. Netanyahu responded to the letter saying the international community is silent as Abbas encourages continued incitement, rioting, and violence. Meanwhile, U.S. State Department spokesperson Jen Psaki told reporters this weekend that U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry called Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu on Friday to discuss the situation in Jerusalem and to apologize for the remarks made by an unnamed U.S. official against the Prime Minister, calling him a coward, among other names. Kerry had earlier said the comments were unacceptable and did not reflect the president or himself. Psaki told reporters that the State Department was working with, quote, many counterparts in the Israeli government and the Palestinian Authority to calm the unrest that followed the attempted assassination of Glick. Kerry reportedly met today with Palestinian officials, included Palestinian intelligence chief Majid Faraj and chief negotiator Saeb Erekat in Washington to talk about the situation in Jerusalem, the situation in Gaza, and prospects for peace talks. The Jerusalem Post reported yesterday, citing a Palestinian newspaper, that the U.S. administration would be presenting a proposal to restart talks between Israel and the Palestinians after tomorrow's congressional midterm elections. And the Jerusalem Post cited a Kuwaiti newspaper report saying that Netanyahu met on Saturday in a secret meeting with Jordan's King Abdallah about the unrest in Jerusalem. The Prime Minister's office did not comment on that report to the Post. At a cabinet meeting yesterday, Netanyahu once again called for calm in the city and said, "I think that what is necessary now is to show restraint and to work together to calm the situation," adding, "We are committed to the status quo for Jews, Muslims, and Christians." Glick, meanwhile, underwent surgery to repair his intestines today at Jerusalem's Shaarei Tzedek Medical Center. General Surgery Department head Professor Petachia Reisman said that there has been slow, gradual improvement in Glick's condition and that they hope to slowly be able to take him off his respirator and anesthesia in the next few days. A rocket was fired into Israel from Gaza on Friday, landing in the Eshkol Regional Council. No damage or injury was caused. Hamas said it was not responsible for the rocket and that they were committed to the ceasefire with Israel. Yesterday, Hamas arrested 5 people suspected of firing the rocket. In response to the attack Friday, Israel closed its border crossings of Erez and Kerem Shalom with Gaza, saying it would only make an exception for humanitarian aid. The border closures were criticized by Hamas spokesman in Gaza, Musa Abu Marzouk, who said it was contrary to the ceasefire agreement. And staying with Abu Marzouk, the Hamas official's sister is reportedly being treated at the moment in an Israeli hospital for advanced stage cancer. This is not the first time Hamas leaders' relatives have gone to Israel for medical treatment. Israel has a policy allowing Palestinians to enter the country for treatments not available in Gaza. Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh's mother-in-law, daughter, and granddaughter were all recently treated in Israeli hospitals. Thousands gathered Saturday night in Tel Aviv at the 19th annual Rabin Memorial Rally. Then Prime Minister of Israel Yitzhak Rabin was assassinated on November the 4th of 1995 by right-wing extremist Yigal Amir. The ceremony this weekend was called Returning to the Square, Restoring Hope, held at the Rabin Square, originally called Malchei Yisrael Square, renamed after Rabin's murder. Rabin's son Yuval spoke at the ceremony, urging Israelis to do everything possible to reach peace. Former Israeli President Shimon Peres also spoke, echoing the calls for peace. And turning now to our programming for tonight, Monday, November the 3rd, at 7, Maestro Yossi Schwartz conducts a concert featuring cantorial soloists Moshe Fischel, Elazar Vinograd, and Abraham Kirschenbaum with the Bells Vocal Ensemble as part of the 24th Annual Jewish Culture Festival in Krakow, Poland. Then at 8, chief political correspondent and analyst for the Jerusalem Post, Gil Hoffman, takes a look at the aftermath of the Gaza war, talking about the threats posed by ISIS and Iran at the Belmore Jewish Center. And then at 9 tonight, founding director of ISCAP, the Institute for the Study of Global Anti-Semitism and Policy, Charles Small, talks about the anti-Semitism of the Muslim Brotherhood and how many Jews fail to appreciate the threat of radical Islam. That's tonight on JBS and jbstv.org. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, November the 3rd, 2014. I'm Teisha Bader.